Hello everyone, Assalamualaikum. I hope you are all doing great. So today we are gonna start our reading overall overview that is only for the beginners. I know you are in advanced level, but those who are just in their beginner level, I think it is the perfect video for you. Okay, so without any kind of delay, we are just gonna start our reading module today. Okay. So let's get it started. What is the IELTS reading test? Basically, the IELTS reading module takes almost 60 minutes or 1 hour, and it has normally three reading passages. So you are given almost 40 questions in total, where like each section 13 for part one, like passage one, and other 13, like 14 to 26 questions in passage two, and other or rest of the questions for passage three. So here the examiner or the IELTS exam tries to testify your some skills like scanning, skimming, or close reading, and so on. So we will talk about later, because before moving to this session we have to learn about each type of questions, or what kind of questions normally are appeared in the main exam. Okay, so we are gonna talk about true false not given. Here we can see, so what is true false not given? You are given statements and must decide whether it is true, false, or not given. Basically, you are given a passage, like it may be passage one, two, or three, whatever it is, but you are given also some statements. Based on the passage, you have to decide it is true. If it completely agrees with the passage or a statement, it is obviously true. And if it contradicts with the passage, that means it is false, and some information is missing, and that is not given. Okay, second type of question is here yes, no, not given. Yes, no, not given is to some extent similar to true, false, not given, but yeah, it has also a differentiation between true, false, not given and yes, no, not given. And the main thing is, normally, the yes no not given question tries to focus whether a statement reflects the right opinion or claim, whether like true false not given focuses on the exact information, and that is the main difference between true false not given and yes no not given. For example, here the author suggests that online education is more effective than traditional classroom learning. So here, if passage like something, those are not mentioned about whether the author, whatever they are saying or whatever he or she is saying, that is not the main thing, but you have to understand whether or where is the perfect place or something is when the third person is talking about a comparison between online education and traditional education system, and the main support is for online education. And yeah, the author has taken the support for online education and give some feedback or positive values based on online education. So here you have to understand and claim, okay, this is the perfect answer, and the answer is yes. And if it completely uh, disagrees or contradicts with the passage, the time, yeah, it is, or the answer is no. And whenever anything is not faced or appeared, like, or missing something, that is not given. Okay, it completely based on what the writer has said in the passage. Okay, I think you get it clearly. Okay, for the next question is matching heading. Yeah, last class we discussed this, because what there is a difference between matching headings and paragraph matching. So matching heading is based on the main theme. Okay, so if you are trying to solve this kind of question, it is perfect if you are going through only first one or two sentences or last one or two sentences, and then try to understand. And yeah, obviously you have to go through the whole passage. I think the whole paragraph, and you can easily get it. Okay, this is the perfect or this is the main idea for this paragraph. But it is not applicable for paragraph matching because the test here testifies your skimming skill. Like here you are given some headings or some statements. This may be first sentence or last sentence, or it may come from the middle of the paragraph. So you have to be alert to identify the perfect place where it locates. Okay, so it is the main difference between matching headings and paragraph matching. Okay, so for the next type of question is none other than short answer questions. Is a very common type of question for everybody because we almost familiarize with this kind of question since our childhood, right? So here the exam normally asks you anything like what, where, when. Like if I just put an example here, what is your name, or what is the capital of Bangladesh? So here the answer you have to identify is what. So that is, it may be either a name or a noun or a number or a date or time or subject, whatever it is. Okay, just try to understand what actually is being asked. Okay, that is the main thing. And the next type of question is sentence completion. Okay, it is also very common. Here we normally get it in our passage one. So normally passage one, if it is very much easy or it follows the main rules, like it consists only true false not given and sentence completion or gap filling, I think it's very much easier for all of them. But it is not happening to all of you, because sometimes it has some rare cases where they put some information or types of question. For example, for passage one they may include list of heading, or they may include paragraph matching, something like this. Okay, so don't be afraid for this. You have to be prepared for every kind of questions. Just be familiarized all kind of questions so that you can answer them properly, because each type of question has different strategies and tips and tricks. Yeah, you have a strong background or you have a strong basement for your English understanding level. If you have, I think it is very much easier for you to grab all kind of information easily. Okay, so for sentence completion, we almost all know about this. Like the Amazon is the largest fish or gap of rainforest in the world. So here, just try to, first of all, you have to locate, just scan. First of all, you have to scan and then try to locate where answer maybe appeared, just and then go through with this paragraph or section to identify the correct answer. You know, you may maybe familiarized with some topics, but yeah, this is not the perfect time for showing your comprehensive level or something like this. Rather, you have to focus and you have to pick the perfect answer or correct answer from the passage. Okay, and the next type of question is none other than matching sentence endings. Here, matching sentence endings means something like you are given some options or possible endings, and yeah, for the question, they may give you some start of sentence like here, due to increasing urbanization, many species of birds. So here, like a sentence isn't completing yet. Okay, so you have to identify the possible endings. So here are some options, and you have to locate and then understand, okay, whether it is correct or incorrect, and then put the correct answer for this gap. Okay, so this is how you have to solve this type of question. So we are moving to our next type of question, that is matching names. Yeah, whenever you are expert or you're adept in this kind of question pattern, I think you will love it, because matching names is very much easy to identify people's name because they are proper noun. And for identifying proper noun, yeah, it is very much easier and convenient for all of us, right? So just identify people's name and try to understand what they're saying, what he or she is saying, and then try to match them with the statement. And once you get your correct answer, just cut them down because it really helps you out to mess up with the incorrect options again and again. Okay. Last but not the least is diagram or label completion, what it is, right? So here you are given a diagram, map, process, or chart. So your task is to fill in labels using words or phrases from the passage. Okay. So here one of the most important tasks is you have to understand the diagram or label or map or process. If you cannot understand what actually is required for this gap, you cannot identify the proper place. Okay. And when you get the correct answer, just put them down. Okay, on your paper. Now let's talk about the strategies or tips or tricks, whatever we are saying. Like these are most important strategies for reading skills, like scanning, skimming, close reading. Okay, so scanning is like reading quickly to find specific information such as numbers, dates, names, or keywords. So scanning means something you are trying to pick or you are trying to search something very quickly. Okay, for example, if the passage mentions any year like 2000 or 2020, it is very much easier to identify them. So it is called scanning. So what is skimming, right? Skimming is, yeah, you have to go through the reading materials or passage or paragraph, but yeah, it's definitely you have to do this quickly. Okay. And yeah, close reading means whenever you have done with your scanning and skimming, and now this is the time for ensuring your right answer, right? So you have done this scanning and skimming. So let's talk about close reading. Now we have to go through the passage or paragraph thoroughly. As a result, you can easily get the perfect answer. Okay, why it is perfect or why it is correct or why it is incorrect. Right. So these strategies are very important for everybody. Once you get used to with all of them, once you get used to familiarize with all of them, I think it is really beneficial for all of you, and I believe you can, and you have that capacity to get a good band score for the IELTS reading module. Okay, best of luck. Have a great day.